The American League has produced so many good Rookie of the Year winners, and a lot of star-studded names have won this award. You look at guys like Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, Yordan Alvarez. I could go on and on. There's so many names of players that have just really become one of the stars of this league. And then you look at this year. You look at this year and you've got five guys who could possibly end up being the next stars of this league, and guys that are just really performing above the level of a rookie already. You got Cam Smith, you've got Nick Kurtz, you've got Jacob Wilson, you've got Carlos Narvaez, and you've got Roman Anthony. And in today's video, we're going to be going through these five Rookie of the Year candidates, the guys who are probably top five in Rookie of the Year award race, and talk about how all five of these guys have potential to be next up in the league. Now, real quick, before we hop into this video, I just want to mention a lot of people who watch my videos and come to my channel are not subscribed. So if you keep coming back to the channel, or this is your first video and you enjoy it, if you enjoy my content, hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out a ton. And let's head into this video. Now, the first guy I'm going to talk about, and the person I would rank fifth in the Rookie of the Year race right now, is going to be Cam Smith, outfielder from the Houston Astros. Now, Cam Smith, this is his first year with the Astros, as he was a part of the blockbuster Kyle Tucker trade between the Houston Astros and the Chicago Cubs. And Cam Smith has been with the team the whole season and has really proved that he is going to be one of their key outfield pieces. He was a third baseman, and he moved to right field, his primary right fielder, and something that he's really been able to do in right field is play defense very well. He is fourth in all of MLB when it comes to defensive runs saved by right fielders. He has been excellent in the outfield. You also look at his arm strength, one of the stronger arms with almost about a 90% arm strength, mile per hour, 87th percentile for Cam Smith, and 2 outs above average in right field. He's a very fast runner. He only has 5 stolen bases, but he has the 95th percentile in sprint speed. And then let's take a look into his basic stats. On the year so far, he in 413 plate appearances, 374 at-bats, has a 251 batting average with a 320 on-base percentage, a 372 slugging, and a 691 OPS. He's had a little bit of a slump going into the second half. Now, he does have 7 home runs, 48 RBIs, and 20 doubles with a 1.8 WAR. He's still sitting atop the top 10, top 5 in most of his categories, which is still very, very impressive. Most of the categories in the American League rookies, which has been very impressive still. However, the big problem for me has been his struggles since the All-Star break. You have seen a huge decline in his performances since coming out of the All-Star break. And looking at that, we'll look at the pre-All-Star break. The first half, he in 82 games, 292 at-bats, had a 277 average with a 347 on base and a 418 slugging. So, pretty good numbers for a rookie. He also, on top of the average slugging on base percentage, he had 7 home runs. He had 16 doubles. He had 39 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, 27 walks, 89 strikeouts. And strikeouts has always been a little bit high when you look at what he has for a strikeout percentage. He had a 30.5 K rate. But you look at his BABIP. The BABIP is something that really just speaks volumes of his difference between the struggles now and back then. He had a 378 BABIP in the first half. Now you look at his second half. In 23 total games, 90 plate appearances, 82 at-bats, he has only 13 hits, a 159 batting average, a 222 on-base percentage, a 207 slugging, and a 430 OPS. Not very good at all, really. A 159 batting average is never something you want to see. Now, he does have about the same K rate, which you say, well, if he has the same K rate, how is he so much worse in the batting average department? A 220 BABIP is what it is. So he only has a 220 batting average on balls in play, and that's been a really big issue for Cam Smith. However, I'm a big fan of Cam Smith. I think he's going to be a really good really good player for the Astros. He's got to be able to figure this out right now. But once he does, he'll be a good cornerstone piece for them in the future. We're going to head into our next player, which will be my fourth place in the American League Rookie of the Year. The person who will be at fourth is going to be Carlos Narvaez, catcher for the Red Sox. And yes, he is 26 years old. He is still a rookie. Last year he played in, I think it was one game maybe, with the New York Yankees. And it was a blessing in disguise for the Red Sox getting Carlos Narvaez for literally basically nothing. I'm pretty sure it might have even been nothing maybe. I don't even know. For Carlos Narvaez from the Yankees. And it's been fantastic having him behind the plate, especially with the struggles of Connor Wong. Narvaez has a 248 batting average, a 317 on-base percentage, a 414 slugging. That's his slash line. 10 home runs, 21 doubles, 36 RBI, 79 hits, and a 2.8 WAR, which actually the WAR is second in the entire rankings of American League rookies, and he sits within the top 7 of every category, as you see here. Now, the big thing about Carlos Narvaez is his fielding. He is 97th percentile in fielding run value and one of the best catchers defensively in the league. He would possibly have a chance at the Gold Glove if a guy like Alejandro Kirk didn't exist, who I think might win it this year in the American League. However, let's go look at how good his defense really is as a rookie behind the plate at catcher. In 2025, he has 739 innings behind the plate, a 991 fielding percentage, 3.8 framing runs, 24 base runners have been caught stealing, a 27.3% caught stealing rate, 21 caught stealing as the throw to second. So that's really truly the catcher making the caught stealing. 3 of them have been off of pickoffs. 30 runs killed from base running. He's basically eliminated 30 runs from his arm. 14 defensive runs saved, which is atop the league in catchers, one of the best. And 23 defensive runs saved in a year's span, projected, of course. Now, you look at, and I'm not trying to compare these guys. This other guy that I'm about to talk about here, one of the best catchers of all time. 2010, we saw one of the best catchers go behind the plate for the first time, and his name was Buster Posey. In 2010, Buster Posey, in 662 innings behind the plate, had a 991 fielding percentage, a .9 framing, 23 base runners caught stealing, with a 37.1 caught stealing percentage, which is absolutely insane. 18 of those base runners were caught stealing solely off of his arm. 25 runs killed by Buster Posey in his rookie season in 2010. 8 defensive runs saved with an average of 15 defensive runs saved projected in a full year. Now, as I said, I'm not saying Narvaez is the next Buster Posey, but I'm just saying he's got very comparable and he's better in a lot of different stats to Buster Posey was in his rookie year. Now, Buster Posey played a lot of first base as well his rookie year, but that is high praise for Carlos Narvaez to be getting compared to Buster Posey defensively in his first year behind the dish. He's been an absolute blessing, as I said, for the Boston Red Sox. The next rookie has been an absolute spectacle this whole year, and even though he was the front runner at one point, he has still been having a great season. His name is Jacob Wilson, if you haven't already caught on. Jacob Wilson has been one of the better hitters in all of baseball, has 115 hits this year. It's unbelievable. And he has been just a really good contact hitter, a guy to get the ball in play and get on base for the A's. Him and his teammate Nick Kurtz have been phenomenal rookies for the Athletics. You take a look at his 2025 stats. With a 312 batting average, a 354 on-base percentage, and a 439 slugging as a slash line. He's got 10 home runs, 17 doubles, 43 RBI, 115 hits, as I mentioned, which is most among all AL rookies, and still pretty high up there on all of Major League Baseball, and a 1.9 WAR, all ranking within the top 5 of American League rookie stats. Now, I put him at third. I might be a little biased because I am a Red Sox fan. Don't get it twisted, though. I do really enjoy watching Jacob Wilson. And the big thing that I enjoy watching about him is his 2-strike count ability and his ability to not strike out. I mean, this guy's been one of the better players at limiting strikeouts as a hitter. since college days, really, you look at it. The NCAA, he had 620 career at bats and only struck out 31 times. That is unbelievable. A 5% K rate. In the minor leagues, he had 307 at bats, only 26 strikeouts. His highest K rate in his career was in minor league baseball of an 8.4% strikeout rate. And in the major leagues, he has 369 at bats, 31 strikeouts. That turns out to be an 8.4% K rate. This dude is just unbelievable. He doesn't strike out. He puts the ball in play, and sometimes even when you get out, you need the ball to be put in play, and that's exactly what Jacob Wilson does. He is just so excellent at making sure pitchers can't get the best of him. And another thing about Jacob Wilson is I really just want to say he doesn't deserve to be underrated kind of in the way that he does. He doesn't get enough credit. He doesn't get enough flowers. I mean, this guy was an all-star starter as a rookie in the American League. I mean, an all-star starter as a rookie. I mean, that's just unbelievable. And I've been following him for a while. I've worked with the A's organization in Double-A Midland, and this guy is fun to watch, and I'm going to put him at number 3. Now, my second favorite rookie for the American League Rookie of the Year award and my personal favorite rookie is going to have to be Roman Anthony, the former number 1 overall prospect for the Boston Red Sox and number 1 of all of baseball. He has been an absolute stud and has been shining, looking like the future franchise piece. I mean, he just signed an extension 8 years. He has been phenomenal for the Red Sox and is going to be the face of the Red Sox if you really look at how he's playing. He had a little bit of a slow start, first 15 or so games, and since then he's been on one. I mean, you look at his 2025 stats. He has a 277 average, a 401 on base percentage, a 401 on base percentage, a 436 slugging, 4 home runs, 16 doubles, 23 RBI, 52 hits, and a 2 WAR. And I didn't put MLB ranks or American League rookie ranks on Roman Anthony because he's only played in 54 games. But these stats with only 54 games played, having a 2 WAR is insane because he's third in the American League between all rookies when it comes to WAR in only 54 games. But the real impressiveness comes from his advanced stats in Roman Anthony. You look, he has a 3.87 BABIP, so when he puts the ball in play, he's getting on base quite a bit. A 15% walk rate, unbelievable. He had a game against the Astros where he had 4 walks and a homer, 1 for 2, home run, 4 walks, and 4 runs in that game. An unbelievable day from him. A 94.3% average exit velocity, sits among the top of the entire league. He technically isn't qualified yet, but still up there in the percentiles. Almost a 60% hard hit percentage. When he gets a hold of it, it's coming off the bat. It's coming off the bat pretty hot. And a 19% chase rate, which is one of the lowest in all of the hitters, not qualified still, as I said. But then he's also good at defense. He's got a +5 defensive runs saved, which is 9th out of all right fielders in only 50 games. Now, which is funny, that's out of right fielders. His teammate, Willie Abreu, tied for second with 14 in that category. But Roman Anthony really has just rose to the occasion since July. Has been excellent. We're going to look at his past 30 games is what we're going to really look into. He's really been living up to the hype. In those last 30 games, he is 33 for 105 with a 314 average, a 446 on base percentage, which is just absolutely unbelievable, a 505 slugging, 951 OPS is what that totals up to. Seeing that out of a 21-year-old is insane. A 16.9% walk rate. I mean, a 166 WRC plus. That is superstar numbers already. And a 46.4% hard hit percentage in his last 30 games. He has been an absolute stud. If you think of it, if he was on the roster at opening day, he would surely be the no-brainer pick here for Rookie of the Year. However, he obviously wasn't on the roster. He's only been on the roster for not even 2 months, really, about 2 months. Or a little bit over 2 months, actually, excuse me. His first game was June 9th. But he has been excellent for the Red Sox. He's the future face of that franchise. The only reason I wouldn't put him at number one, he doesn't have the biggest sample size, and two, this next person exists, and who I think is undoubtedly the American League Rookie of the Year in 2025 and has been the best rookie this year, obviously, if he's going to win the award, is Nick Kurtz. Kurtz has been unbelievable for the A's. Him and his teammate Jacob Wilson have just contributed so well to that organization. That team is very fun and young, and it's going to be a good team in the future. You look at what he's been able to do with the A's, he's very terrifying in the box, so giant. And you look at his stats and where he ranks among all the rookies. We're going to have American League rookies, of course. We're talking about the American League, but all of the rookies, he has a 305 batting average, a 384 on base percentage, and a 631 slugging. 631 slugging, a 1015 OPS if you do the math. 24 homers, which ranks first in the American League. 21 doubles, which ranks first in the American League, tied with Carlos Narvaz. 65 RBI, which ranks first in the American League rookies. 91 hits, which ranks third in American League rookies. And a 3.9 WAR, which ranks first in the American League among all rookies. This dude undoubtedly has been the best rookie. It's just unbelievable numbers from him. He had a fantastic July. He won Player of the Month in July. He had the four homer game, where he went 6 for 6, 19 total bases. That game was a triple away from a cycle, even with having 4 home runs. Unbelievable. And you look at it and you say, well, this guy's good. Is he going to be the future first baseman for this A's organization for a long time? I would love to see it because I think they've got a great young core out there in Sacramento now, but it's going to be in Vegas in the future. But then it made me think, I know there's another power bat first baseman that played for the A's that won Rookie of the Year a while back. And yes, this guy's stats are obviously a lot better. He also got to play an entire season. Let's go look at how Kurtz compares to this one person. We'll tell you who he is. You probably might already know, but looking at the 2025 stats, you look at his stats in 82 games, 342 plate appearances, and 298 at-bats. You got the stats I've already mentioned with the 91 hits, 24 homers, 21 doubles, 65 RBI, 305 average, 384 on-base percentage, 631 slug, and then a 1015 OPS that goes up to a 176 OPS plus, which is unbelievable. 100 is league average, if you didn't know, and a 3.9 WAR. Let's go look at the guy we're going to compare him to, which is 1987 Mark McGwire. Mark McGwire, one of the best power bats of all time, in 151 games, which is 69 games more. 641 plate appearances, which is 299 plate appearances more than Kurtz, and 557 at bats, which is about 260. I think it's 258 more at bats. Don't quote me on that. I think it is 258 more at bats though. 161 hits, 49 home runs, 28 doubles, 118 RBI, 289 average, a 370 on base percentage, a 618 slug, 988 that equates to a 987 OPS. Excuse me, guys, and a 164 OPS plus for a 5.1 WAR. Now, for Kurtz being about half a season and McGwire being a full season, obviously we'll still get to see about 36 games, 38 games. I think the A's have played 124 games before today, which is August 16th. Getting to see about 38 more, 40 games basically. We could see what he ends up with, but seeing that he has about half the games played as McGwire, and the stats are pretty close to the halfway point in a lot of them, that's very, very, very promising for a guy like Kurtz. And if you're an A's fan, I mean, I was able to watch his Double-A debut down in Midland, and it was a very short time he was in Midland. He was in Vegas at the start of this year and was absolutely mashing for Vegas. There's a reason he got called up so early into the season. He is such a stud. He is the next face of first baseman in the MLB, I might say. I think he could very well be one of the best first baseman and top first baseman for a while in the league, especially if your rookie season's looking like this. So Nick Kurtz is my number one in the American League Rookie of the Year race, and he is one of the many guys that I've mentioned today, the 5 people especially, who I think can be the future faces of the league and some future stars in the MLB.